Herzlich willkommen.
A warm welcome to our program today for the worldwide communities under the sign of the lily, of the free spirit, God in us, in the Messianic Sophianic age. In nature, there are seasons. There is growth, maturation, and decay. In spring, the first leaves and buds appear. In summer, nature gives us fruit and flowers in all their glory. What does the growing and maturing in nature tell us about the evolution of life? Let's listen to explanations from the divine wisdom from Gabriele, the prophetess and emissary of God.
Summer is the becoming and is consciousness. Let there be means it matures. It matures into the next higher consciousness. If one aspect of consciousness is matured, then it is the corresponding consciousness. Thus, the ripened tomato is consciousness. It is nature in maturity. The let there be a new stage, a new maturity of consciousness, a new degree of consciousness. The strawberry, when fully ripe, is consciousness. The herbs, when ripe, are consciousness. Therefore, God shows Himself in the maturity of every degree of consciousness. It is a facet of infinity. This facet reveals itself in maturity, reveals itself in the blade of grass, reveals itself in the fruit. Whenever maturity has been achieved, consciousness is fully revealed. The rose that blossoms shows its state of consciousness, and it reveals its state of consciousness year after year. Suddenly, for example, the rose or the fruit withers. The next year, the rose no longer appears. The next year, the strawberry plant can no longer be brought to maturity. Why? It may have been the time of evolution. The All-Spirit took back the energy in order to allow the energy of this consciousness to mature further in the spiritual planes of development. The rose becomes another, a higher flower form, until it has reached full maturity again, until the consciousness, the facet of God, is fully developed. Then evolution continues again. It is the same with the fruits, with everything on the earth. Whether we think of minerals, they show themselves for years, centuries, and suddenly the All-Spirit withdraws the energy. Why? Because they continue to mature in the spiritual being. Another facet of God becomes apparent. We see the wonderful interplay of nature and the all-power. Even the physical nature, we say, the nature of the earth. We say the strawberry, we say the tomato, we say kohlrabi, parsley. We give names to all these consciousness aspects of God. And yet, within these consciousness aspects of God, there are quite different names. For as the fruit ripens, as it reaches further development, the spiritual name develops. The name is already in the seed. In this way, we recognize the wonderful weaving and intertwining of infinity and sense that in all of infinity there is no standstill. There is always evolution, always a giving and taking back, in order to then further develop this aspect of God's consciousness. Another facet of divine consciousness becomes apparent, that is, it reaches maturity. It is similar with us. We follow the path from order to mercy. If we have largely completed the level of order, if we have fulfilled the teachings that lead to the consciousness of order, if our soul has matured on the consciousness of order, then an aspect of God has awakened in us. We keep our thoughts and feelings in order. We monitor ourselves and practice concentration. Then the gentle urging begins more and more. Let there be, so as to fulfill the will of God. This is how God leads us to perfection, to full maturity. Just as the fruits have reached full maturity in autumn. Let us think of the apple, the peach, pear, and so on. These fruits have now reached their full ripeness as far as the consciousness reaches. And as far as the consciousness has unfolded, it communicates to us. All the fruits speak to us. It is their language of consciousness, just as we have our language of consciousness. Because, as we have already heard, everyone speaks according to their state of consciousness. Everyone hears according to their state of consciousness. Everyone sees according to their state of consciousness. The sense of touch, the sense of taste, both, again, correspond to our state of consciousness. And in every state of consciousness, whether we speak of the human state of consciousness, because if we merely want to hear in a human way, if we have humanized our senses, then this is also consciousness, our human consciousness. But in consciousness is God. the whole, just as in every fruit. No matter which facet of consciousness produces the fruit, God is in everything, in every fruit, the whole.
Dear sisters, dear brothers, in the free communities worldwide, these words that Gabriele, the prophetess and emissary of God in our time, gives us to take along on our path, can accompany and help us to perceive the fruits of nature more consciously and to increasingly cherish them. The free communities offer the opportunity to share our experiences and to help one another. Christ helps us with this, for as he said, he is always present where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name.
Worte für das Leben.
Words for the life.
Komme bald.
I, Christ, come soon. These words give hope to a seeking soul. They give it comfort and encourage it again to accept its life in a human body. The words, I, Christ, come soon, give the abused and maltreated earth comfort, because it too calls despairingly for deliverance. Trees, bushes, and flowers, yes, all of nature groans and absorbs the call, I, Christ, come soon, into the life, because every flower breathes, every bush gives strength and life, every mighty tree gives shade and life force. All the roots of the trees, bushes, and flowers are communicative life and pass on the impulse, I, Christ, come soon. For nature, it is the ray of the sun and the hope from the eternal being, because for human beings, trees, bushes, and flowers are a lifeless thing. But everything lives, because the life is the all-love and thus the all-life. The animals, tormented, maltreated, and doomed to a death of agony, hear the call, I, Christ, come soon. All the animals that are created for the production of meat absorb in their breath, I, Christ, come soon. It is the hope for many souls and people, for nature and animals. Not least of all, the kingdom of the minerals is giving signals to infinity which say, comfort in despair, hope through the love of the Creator, faithfulness to the life which is the Creator. O human being, you who hear my call, I, Christ, come soon, listen into your heart. I do not want to clear out the earth, but to bring home, to lead the way home to the great being, to the eternally mighty love, because your soul lives eternally. Hear the following. The life of the trees, the bushes and flowers is set in spiritual collectives of universal being. In this lies the pulse beat of life for the kingdoms of nature. Each flower feels and nods, because the breath of life is present. Each animal breathes consciously in the hope, I live eternally. People of all generations, I, Christ, do not destroy. I give comfort and hope, and call into this world and over all the continents to the people, I am the peace. Make peace with your neighbor. Make peace with the nature kingdoms. Do not cut down the trees, the bushes, while their sap is running. Do not pull out the flowers. They want to fully bloom. Perceive, O human being, that each animal has the right to live. Do not maltreat, torture, and kill it. And do not consume it either. The Mother Earth still gives you your food. The Mother Earth wants to give to you. Care for her and stay away from every overexploitation of this dwelling planet.
Die Erde ist die Mutter der Menschen.
The earth is the mother of human beings because she gives food and water. You need both.
Doch nütze die Zeit,
But use the time, respect the life, and pass on the following. I, Christ, am the peace. I, Christ, want to give hope and life so that the soul of the human being breathes a sigh of relief and the person passes away in the hope. Yes, He, the Christ of God, dwells in my soul. Each breath is filled with His life.
Atme, o Mensch,
Breathe, O human being, and let nature breathe as well. Let the animals breathe too, and be aware that the mineral lives too.
Halte Frieden, o Mensch.
Keep peace, O human being. Keep peace, you human beings, and then you will hear in yourselves, I, Christ, am the peace, also in your soul and in every cell of your body.
O Menschenseele,
O human soul, become great in the spirit of love, because God, your Father, is the love. I am His Son, Christ. I bring home, then, when the time has come. I, Christ, am also the liberator of the earth. The earth, too, receives the finer substance which has been foretold, a finer earth, and a more light-filled life for human beings in the light of the Christ of God.
O Mensch, mache dir bewusst,
O human being, become aware. I, Christ, come soon.
der Ruf,
The call, I, Christ, come soon, reaches the earth, and the earth is preparing for my coming.
O Mensch,
O human being, embrace my words and let them flow
in dein Herz
into your heart.
einströmen. Ich, Christus,
I,
bin der
Christ,
Weg,
am the
die
way,
Wahrheit
the truth,
und das
and
Leben.
the life.
Ich, Christus,
I,
rufe
Christ,
dich.
call you.
Ich, Christus, der Rufer,
I,
spreche dir
Christ,
zu.
the caller, speak to
Achte die
you.
Mutter Erde,
Respect
das
the
Leben,
Mother Earth,
denn das
the life,
Leben ist Gott
because
und
the
ich
life
bin
is
der
God,
Erlöser.
and I am the Redeemer.
Ja, mein
Yes,
Ruf gilt
my call
und ich
holds
spreche
true,
in jede
and I
Seele,
speak into each
in
soul,
jedes
into each
Menschenherz
human
hinein.
heart.
Ich bin der Weg,
I am
die
the way,
Wahrheit
the
und das
truth,
Leben.
and the life.
Komm,
Come,
folge mir nach
follow me,
und finde
and
bei
find
jedem
the
Schritt
life
das
in
Leben.
each step,
Denn ich bin
because
gegenwärtiges
I
Leben.
am present life.